Sometimes when you're trying to color grade an image, you'll find yourself pushing the gamma and the lift in different directions. So you're bringing the midtones up and bringing the lift down, or the shadows down. Sometimes you'll find yourself introducing weird artifacts into the colors of the image. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to come to gamma here. I'm going to try to push gamma and lift in different directions. I'm going to hover my mouse over the gamma controls here and just push the gamma up through the color wheel. And I'm going to come to lift and just push lift down. Notice what's happening in red. We're introducing these weird artifacts here and some also here. These are mostly caused by the codec and the color space that is being used for this shot. Not to say that they wouldn't appear if you're shooting raw, but they just tend to appear more if you're shooting compressed. How do we solve this? Let's reset the primaries and go to these primaries controls. I'm going to click here. Notice that we have a new control here, which is the Y control. You have the RGB control for gamma, gain, and lift. Just you're being introduced also with a Y control here. Now let's grade the image again by pushing gamma and lift in different directions, just using the Y control this time. If I move the overall controls, notice how I'm affecting everything like the Y, RGB. Now I'm going to raise the gamma up again and push the lift down. Notice that we're getting where we wanted with the image with way less artifacts. You will find yourself introducing the artifacts again when you introduce more saturation into the image. So I just added a new node. I'm going to come to saturation and increase the saturation. Notice I'm starting to get some of the artifacts back, but they're not as strong as before. How can we increase the saturation without introducing artifacts into the image? Most of the artifacts happen in shadows. So we want to increase the saturation of the image in the midtones and highlights and try not to increase saturation in shadows. And we do that by coming to curves and choosing luma versus saturation curves. So I'm going to reset this node. This line here represents the luma values of the image. This is the shadows, midtones, and highlights. And I can control the saturation of these particular ranges through this line here. So I'm going to grab this line from the middle and just increase it. I'm going to take it right and left. Okay, this seems good. And now I'm going to grab the shadows saturation and just bring it down. I'm going to come back. You'll notice now that we have less artifacts here. Let's just take this left and right until we find a comfortable position. Yes. And this is how you avoid some of the artifacts that appear in the image once you start breaking the image when color grading it. And one more thing, you can actually control the Y value through the color wheel. Notice that we don't have an obvious control for the Y value from the color wheel. Notice these values down here. If I move the color wheel left, right, we're changing the RGB values. If we're controlling the color wheel, we're actually controlling the Y and the RGB values. Let's reset. I'm going to press Alt on a Mac and just grab the color wheel left and right. Notice how I'm controlling the Y value only through the color wheel. This might be more convenient for you.